Today's enterprise AI models can generate thousands of lines of code or draft complex legal briefs in seconds. But that raw speed creates a massive operational bottleneck. Someone still has to sit at the keyboard, checking every single line for inevitable errors. Software engineers call this the babysitting problem. When large language models hit a gap in their reasoning, they often confidently fake progress. They gloss over missing evidence and jump straight to a conclusion to satisfy the prompt. If you are writing a marketing email, an AI hallucination is a minor typo you can quickly fix. But if you deploy a model to execute a massive codebase migration or comb through dense case law unattended, a single confident error breaks the entire system. Organizations cannot safely scale automated systems if the core computational engine requires constant, grueling human verification to prevent a disaster. To genuinely step away from the screen, professionals need what is called fiduciary-grade AI. This is a system governed by strict reliability, designed specifically to handle high-stakes professional workflows completely unattended. Elevating a model to a fiduciary standard requires prioritizing a distinctly human trait over raw processing intelligence: reliable judgment. Anthropic built Claude Opus 4.8 with a specific focus on honesty and restraint, prioritizing reliable judgment over simple speed gains. Teaching a model to pause, identify its own knowledge gaps, self-correct, and simply say, "I don't know," is the exact mechanism that makes enterprise-scale autonomy technically viable. Opus 4.8 maps a new decision path. Instead of forcing responses, it actively flags uncertainties. Evaluations show it's 4 times less likely to pass unremarked code flaws. On Mind2Web, it scores 84%, leaving prior models far behind. By embedding this restraint at the foundation, the AI transitions from an eager-to-please text generator into a sharp, reliable evaluator of its own work. Because the model wastes less time pursuing dead ends, its tool calling becomes highly efficient. It requires fewer operational steps to apply its intelligence, reliably carrying complex tasks from start to finish. In the legal sector, Opus 4.8 breaks the 10% overall mark on the rigorous all-pass standard of the legal agent benchmark. It applies this same logic directly to unstructured enterprise data, independently reading through dense PDFs and analyzing technical diagrams without losing the thread of the task. This area graph tracks token expenditure for processing those complex files. Deep multimodal reasoning over unstructured content now runs at a 61% cheaper token cost compared to Opus 4.7. These benchmarks confirm the model has crossed a critical reliability threshold. Law, finance, and engineering professionals can now hand off substantive, multi-step work, knowing the system is designed to catch the errors it once ignored. Once you establish trust that an AI will not hallucinate mid-task, you can begin to introduce tools designed for massive, automated scale. Anthropic introduces effort control. Users can dial compute usage to extra or max settings, instructing the model to think deeper and longer on complex problems. Inside Claude Code, Anthropic has replaced the outdated single-prompt workflow with a new architecture called dynamic workflows. With dynamic workflows, Claude can independently plan massive projects, spawning hundreds of parallel subagents in a single session. It can orchestrate code-based scale migrations, systematically verifying its own outputs against existing test suites before merging. Work has evolved beyond the single prompt. AI now operates as an autonomous project manager, orchestrating massive, parallel enterprise operations. The daily reality of enterprise AI has shifted. Instead of constantly supervising an erratic AI, teams are actively collaborating with a trusted entity, acting in their best interest. Anthropic is already preparing its next major advancement, Project Glasswing and the upcoming Mythos-class models, engineered to push reasoning capabilities even higher. A select group of organizations is currently deploying the Claude Mythos preview specifically to handle highly sensitive, complex cybersecurity work. Releasing this elevated intelligence requires exceptionally strong cyber safeguards, which Anthropic is finalizing now. As artificial intelligence scales to new heights, raw speed means little without a foundation of trust. True enterprise autonomy relies entirely on alignment, safety, and an unwavering commitment to the truth.